heavy lifting once we kind of get things settled into our doubleheader rotation, but Trevor and I are still around, excited to have our select round of Eagles games. And tonight, a pretty good one on paper. Two 1-0 teams that, again, had some of those November basketball woes, but played fairly good basketball, and we should have a pretty decent one on our hands here tonight between the Eagles and Bravettes.
Yeah, as I looked up the statistics and whatnot today and some of the preseason ranking stuff, it's kind of a draw. It looks Montezuma's a point or two favorite on paper, but you don't play the game on paper, obviously, and I don't know this early in the season whether the computer's caught up with everything that's going on.
Well, and it's a pretty young Montezuma team, all things considered. They do have two key returners when we talk about that, and we'll dive in more during our Home Health Foods radio keys to the game. But for Pella Christian on their side, a new era again. Obviously, this kind of coaching rotation, there's been a turnstile here so far in terms of the head coaching position, but a really young up-and-coming coach in Brendan Fody is hoping to get his mark on this program win and try to rejuvenate a team I know that's been on the cusp these last couple of years of some success, but obviously a very young team around him with a few key returners. It's a really intriguing winter ahead for these Eagles girls.
Well, that's exactly right, and there's a lot of young players. I counted 10 freshmen out for basketball, so that's a really nice number, along with a few sophomores that played pretty well last year, and then a few returners in the juniors and senior ranks. So they've got a nice group of girls to work with. The inexperience is going to be difficult for them in the little Hawkeye Conference, obviously, but at least if they can develop their skills here these first few games of the season, maybe they can at least make a little noise as they go through the conference season.
Well, and you look at the roster makeup of this Eagles team, two seniors, Karis Fickert and Amelia Boonder, both who will see some time on the floor. And then you look the rest of the way, a couple of juniors, Maddie Vandenbosch, who's playing in this JV game now, Maggie Heinen, a returning junior, had a lot of time, and Faith Kakmarinsky, who's a multi-sport, all-district, all-conference type of player. And then it's all sophomores and freshmen win, as you alluded to. So, again, one of those things that we see so often in girls' sports is, yes, freshmen can make an immediate impact, but often those freshmen are supported by a lot of experience up at the top. There might be some growing pains early, but at the same time, obviously, PC showed some promise this past weekend against Davis County.
Well, again, I watched that game thanks to YouTube the last couple of days, and, they got some girls that can score, and so that's a big plus because they kind of struggled in that department in the last few years with finding people who can put the ball in the basket. And this year they do have them. The big thing is going to be, can they keep the ball in their hands and not turn the ball over?
Especially in a frantic little Hawkeye Conference where you've got teams like DCG and Pella that play a ton of press defense. We'll get to the conference, obviously, coming up here in a couple of weeks. So we're going to step aside for our first time out in our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Wynn and I will break down the matchup when we come back, getting you set for Pella Christian versus Montezuma Girls, live on the KRLS 3 stream and the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
At Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, the Veterinarian Pet Salon is taking appointments.
Hey, Mr. Veterinarian, can we give our kitty a haircut, please?
Yes, we can. This is Dr. Tim Yoder, one of the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Schedule an appointment at the Veterinarian Pet Salon by calling 628-4040. Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love us.
It's our model year-end closeout at Pella Motors. Find huge discounts off remaining 23 models. Receive up to $9,000 off a Jeep Grand Cherokee. $5,500 off all-wheel drive Dodge Challenger. Or take advantage of 1.9% financing on select Buicks. Plus no payments until next year. At Pella Motors, we're dealing. Stop in or check us out online at PellaMotors.com.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee Fuel Saver is now Hy-Vee Perks. Get the same great benefits like Hy-Vee Fuel Savings, plus save even more on hundreds of products store-wide with Hy-Vee Perks prices like Hy-Vee Butter. Hy-Vee Perks price $2.98. Bananas, Hy-Vee Perks price 39 cents a pound. And family-sized General Mills cereal, Hy-Vee Perks price just $3.99. Make the switch or sign up and start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
The highly anticipated Hunger Games prequel Hunger Game, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, rated PG-13, is premiering now at Pella Cinemas. A young Snow, desperate for wealth and power, mentors a young tribute for the 10th Hunger Games. Also new at Pella Cinemas is Trolls Band Together, rated PG and featuring the first new NSYNC song in 2 decades, and held over is The Marvels, rated PG-13. For a list of showtimes, visit Pella-Cinemas.com and enjoy a movie at Pella Cinemas.
Drain clog, water heater not heating, tired of that kitchen faucet and want it replaced? Maybe you have a major problem with your plumbing or pipes. Call Bergman Plumbing. Bergman Plumbing has been serving their customers since 1974 for both residential and commercial clients. Bergman Plumbing is now serving Knoxville, Pella, Indianola, and the surrounding areas with their quality and professional service.
How do I contact them?
Call 515-576-1149. New to the area, but not new to fixing your home problem.
CPAs are known for doing things by the numbers, but the accountants at Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, Nickel go beyond the numbers. They are committed to their clients to bring the best advice at competitive prices to ensure that you get the best service to meet your needs. They'll stand behind you in case you would ever need help, unlike most of the do-it-yourself tax services, with year-round advice for any life changes that may happen. And if you're unhappy with your current service, they are accepting new clients with a smooth and seamless transition.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel.
This is the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show on KRLS 3 at KNIA, KRLS.com. It's our opening Eagles broadcast of the winter. Pella Christian Montezuma. We are about 20 minutes away from your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply, depending on the end of this shortened JV game. Just playing 2 quarters here tonight due to numbers in Montezuma's program, and then they'll have about 20 minutes to warm up after, so maybe closer to 25 minutes. But either way, that JV game is Montezuma 20, Pella Christian 11. Do have a couple of Strauver Cellular instant radio updates from across the way as Central and Simpson opening up the 2023 American Rivers, almost an Iowa Conference, American Rivers Conference season, and at Simpson at the half, 33, Central 28. Also on our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, we've got Knoxville PCM girls action going on 95.3 KNIA. Pella welcomes Mount Pleasant to town. That game is live on the KRLS 2 stream and on Pella Dutch Live. Indianola also with a home basketball game against Urbandale. That's also on 94.3 KNIA in the Indianola High School YouTube channel. Andrew Schneider, Win Feature coming to you live here. That's on our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, where they're serving you and building community across the Red Rock area with their locations in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher, Dallas. When we talk about that, we're the station now that covers more than half of the Little Hawkeye Conference, so we'll have almost all of those games on. But what that did was it caused some of these extra preseason games, especially for the girls. Grinnell dropped out. No teams want to play doubleheaders against Pella and PC, depending on whoever it is. Different scheduling challenges, and so that's why the schedule got pretty wonky with that Friday game for Pella, the Saturday one for PC last week.
Yeah, and I was looking ahead at, both the girls especially got a lot of Thursday, Friday back-to-back games because of trying to get enough games in this year, and that's the only time that teams could play them. And the boys have got a little bit of that, but not quite as bad.
Well, and there's a few Saturdays. There's a couple Mondays. I mean, PCM, that one was the strangest to me that's no longer a doubleheader.
That one shocked me, too. I just assumed that was going to be a doubleheader, and it turned out it's 2 separate games.
I was about to say, that's been a doubleheader since I've been here, the 10 years, and I think it's been a doubleheader for you for how many years before that. So a real interesting change. So the broadcast will go as this. Any home game for Pella and PC will be on the radio paired with the video stream of the respective schools. So here, obviously, Pella Christian Activities Channel, and then Pella Dutch Live across the way, and then any double header on top of that. So I did want to make that note. I know you and I have a Van Meter Pella Christian. That should be a really good one heading into the postseason coming up on a Saturday. That'll be on the YouTube. So we're going to do those just so people understand from a scheduling perspective. The only thing we will not do, for the exception of PCM, because it's also a local school, is any road game that does not have a conference or a local foe. So doubleheaders, all doubleheaders, road and away, or home and away, and then all home solo games will be live on 92.1 KRLS, KRLS 2, or in this case, KRLS 3, and then paired with our YouTube channel. And we are proud to announce, and we did over on Friday night as well, we are the exclusive partner once again of Pella Christian Athletics with the video stream. So what was really cool is that the concession workers have it this year so that they're watching the video stream while they're working, so now they can see the action if they can't get out and poke their head out.
We can't talk bad about them then either.
No, not that we ever would. There's some great choices. I saw that in football season. They've added a lot more Pella bologna to the menu, and I don't mind that. So shout out to all those workers. And just wanted to clarify for our audience that we have this full slate of games coming up. You can find more information about that at KNIA-KRLS.com. This is the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Let's go ahead and take a look at our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. And it seemed as soon as we got the basketball games on the air that the temperature finally dialed down a notch or two. 39 degrees as we sit here waiting for our opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. So it's basketball season. It feels like it.
It's getting that way, but it's supposed to warm up tomorrow. So.
Yeah, kind of a herky-jerky forecast that we have these next couple days. I saw the possibility of some light snow this weekend. So tis the season.
Yeah, and a week ago they were talking not getting above freezing the next few days, and now they've warmed that up a little bit. So
I'm not opposed to that either.
No,
I'm ready to avoid the furnace churning all day long for sure.
If it can wait till December to stay below freezing, I'll be happy.
Well, folks, if it's not quite cold enough for you yet, but you need your house to be ready for that cold weather, trust the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone in here.
Van Haften.
We'll step aside and have more of our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show from Eagle Lane when we come back. Girls-only action tonight between the Bravettes and Pella Christian.
If you haven't noticed, U.S. Cellular has been working hard to keep you connected in Pella. By installing multiple new small cell towers in Pella, we've increased our capacity and are able to provide those 5G data speeds that we all deserve. Right now, you can get unlimited home internet service from U.S. Cellular for only $30 a month. That's high-speed, unlimited internet for your home or business for only $30 a month. Stop by Strawber Cellular for details.
Who's always open? Anytime Fitness. For the last 16 years, Anytime Fitness has been open 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Our award-winning gym allows you to work out on your schedule. With state-of-the-art equipment, expert trainers, a welcoming community, and the convenience of around-the-clock access, you're sure to find a fitness home with us. It's your fitness, done your way, at Anytime Fitness in Pella.
As the end of the year approaches, it's a good time to reflect on the things we're thankful for.
At Pella Real Estate Services, we're thankful for you, our clients, and for a growing team of licensed agents.
I'm Brett Staten, a Central College football alum and now an assistant coach for the Pella Christian Eagles. I manage storage units for Red Door Storage, an investor, and am a licensed real estate agent.
If it's time to buy or sell your home, let any of our licensed agents share their talents with you.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pella Real Estate Services.
Looking for a bank account that works as hard as you do? With Sensible Checking from Bank Iowa, whatever you are spending your money on, we'll pay you for. At 10 cents cash back for each qualifying debit card purchase, you will earn cash back of $1 for every 10 qualifying debit card transactions. You'll also enjoy free online banking, bill pay, and a free debit card. And with no monthly service charge, you can swipe your heart out. Spend money, make money. Learn more at bankiowa.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The wheels on the car go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the car go round and round at Central Tire and Auto.
are the wheels on your car holding up? Central Tire and Auto and Pella is here to help, but they're not going round and round quite like they should be. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and Auto.
Experience the irresistible flavors of fall at Scooter's Coffee in Pella. Savor the Southern Caramel Praline Caramelicious or indulge in the delightful pumpkin treats. From lattes and blenders to muffins and cake bites, they've got your cravings covered. Stop by Scooter's Coffee for a sip of perfection and a bite of bliss. Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Hey there, job seekers. Are you ready to spice up your career? Hormel Foods is hiring an HR technician to join their incredible team. As an HR technician, you'll be assisting their HR manager, recruiting top talent, and updating policies to keep their workplace sizzling. But that's not all. At Hormel Foods, they're more than just a company, they're a family. They value teamwork, passion, and innovation. If you're ready to be a part of a dynamic environment that nurtures growth, visit HormelJob.com to learn more and apply today.
If you got a mouse running through your house, call Miniga Pest Control.
Mice and other rodents will be trying to take up residence inside your warm home during this cold Iowa winter. Not only are they annoying, but they also cause damage to your home and leave behind diseases. We'll get them out and help you keep others from getting in. I'm Sean with Miniga Pest Control, and I want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Miniga Pest Control.
Back inside the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast as we are waiting for the warm-ups here to get you set for your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply between the Eagles and Bravettes. A non-conference solo game between a pair of 1-0 teams. Montezuma has dominated this series over recent time, winning 6 of 8. The Eagles last won against Montezuma, who of course has had some state tournament caliber teams in that time, in 2020. So the first time in 3 years, the Eagles looking for that first win. Andrew Schneider, Win Veenstra. Let's go ahead and break down your Hormel Foods radio keys to this game. We talked a little bit about it in our open about where Pella Christian's at, especially with such a young roster predominantly that's going to be seeing the floor against a team like Montezuma, who again has a lot of size. They're traditionally a pretty good Class 1A team. Got to take care of the basketball. That's probably the key to the season, is that if PC can keep their turnovers below 20, they have themselves an opportunity to win a lot of games. But if that number starts getting higher and higher and higher, especially against teams that have a physical presence like Montezuma does, it can be a long night.
Yeah, well, and again, going back to the first game that the girls played, and it's great to start the season with a win. You know you're not going to go over if you can get that first game won right off the bat. So it's a good game for the girls to win. But, they had 5 girls in double figures. They had a couple other girls that were able to score. So I think they've got girls that know how to put the ball in the basket. The big thing is going to be, can they hang on to the basketball? They out-rebounded Davis County. They shot way better shooting percentage, was able to dominate in the post and get some good baskets if they held on to the basketball. But they made way too many turnovers, and if they do that against this team, they are going to have a difficult time winning the game.
Well, especially because while Pella Christian had the Kak-Marinsky sisters really dominate the glass, each had 10 rebounds, and Karis Fickert had 8 rebounds as well, 53 total, as you alluded to. 33 turnovers was a real problem. And you look on the other side with Montezuma, they had 36 rebounds in their opening game. And you can look just physically, they've got some really, really just taller girls in PC saw the other night against Davis County, led by Shira Wettering, 5'11", forward, a junior. There's some presence underneath the hoop for this Montezuma team, and so Pella Christian just can't rely on the rebounding margin tonight, maybe like they did Saturday against Davis County.
Absolutely. They've got to know how to pass the ball, see the open people. I do think that most of these girls do understand that. It's just, do they have the experience and the physical skills to hang on to the basketball and make those plays when they need to.
Those are your Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. Looking for the key to your new career, visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. This is our broadcast on KRLS 3 tonight at KNIA, KRLS.com, and on the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel. It is, of course, presented, as always, here, as we did starting last year, by KNIA KRLS Radio. We are proud to be the sponsor of the Pella Christian High School YouTube channel for the foreseeable future, and great to have that partnership as well. And the other thing that we'll talk about just briefly, because I know that it's on the horizon, coming up Tuesday, a week from tonight, we have our first double headers of the 2023 season, and a first chance to see what many think is the favorite, if not among the favorites in Class 2A, the Pella Christian boys. Boy, that's going to be a real fun treat on Tuesday nights, seeing that team try to make a run at the school's first state title in over 30 years with a top 4 team from a season ago.
Yeah, they've got a lot of players back, and if they can just fill in a couple missing cogs from last year, which I think they have the personnel to do that, but whether they can make that little bit of transition, they could be really tough and go really deep and maybe make another run at that state championship game.
There's a doubleheader coming up near the end of the season. It's a non-conference doubleheader win that I have circled now that Tyler Crabb decided he wanted to do, for partially because it's his alma mater. Grandview Christian moved to 2A this year on the boys' side, so I did want to mention that. I know I'm not going to get a lot of chance to talk about that because I'll be at Pella quite a bit, but that game in particular, that's a possible state championship preview right there.
Well, you know, it's a really, really good test for both teams as well. And so, yeah, Grandview, of course, moving up from 1A, they're going to find things a little more difficult. But they got a fine team. So, we saw that in football. Look at the teams that moved up in football and still were able to win state championships.
I was going to say, Van Meter was one of those that it goes to show quality is quality, and Grandview Christian's going to make the 2A picture at least a little more crowded. And Pella Christian, certainly, they'll win on the boys' side, is right there. I don't want to get people too excited, but if these guys stay healthy, they're going to contend for the Little Hawkeye Conference championship win, and they're going to contend for that 2A title by March. So should be a lot of fun on that side. I also want to shout out now that he's officially our Winterim intern, Tyson DeVries from that team, the leading scorer from a season ago. I'll get all the insights for 6 days because he'll be joining us for Winterim. So really excited to talk to him and break down his thoughts about that. But should be a very fun winter coming up here on Eagle Lane.
Yeah.
So we'll take another commercial timeout in our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show, about 10 minutes away from our starting lineups being announced. Andrew Schneider, Win Vinstra, Pella Christian versus Montezuma. Girls only action tonight on KNIA, KRLS, and the Pella Christian YouTube.
At Marion County Bank, we go beyond banking.
And you're part of our story. It's about your family, memories, and shared dreams. Do you remember when you took the leap and bought your first home?
Or when you followed your passion and started your business?
That's right. We shared in those moments, those pages in your story.
Continue your story with us today. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and visit us at MarionCountyBank.com.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
It's our model year-end closeout at Pella Motors. Find huge discounts off remaining 23 models. Receive up to $9,000 off a Jeep Grand Cherokee, $5,500 off all-wheel drive Dodge Challenger, or take advantage of 1.9% financing on select Buicks. Plus, no payments until next year. At Pella Motors, we're dealing. Stop in or check us out online at PellaMotors.com.
Hi, this is Mike at Langstrad Auto Body. It's deer season again, and I know from experience that whether you're in your car or in the timber, there's one out there with your name on it. They always say if a deer jumps out in front of you, aim right at it. The good and bad of that is that some of you will be visiting your local meat locker, and the rest will be visiting us at Langstrad Auto Body. Whether it's a deer or some unfortunate accident, you know that Langstrad Auto Body is there for you with a lifetime written warranty and satisfaction 100% guaranteed. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
Hi, this is Tim Grotenhuis, owner of Culver's Restaurant here in Pella. This is the season of the pumpkin. Carving pumpkins at Halloween, pumpkin pie at Thanksgiving, and all kinds of pumpkin treats at Culver's. If you're a shake and malt kind of guy, enjoy a Culver's Pumpkin Spice Shake. If you prefer thick, fresh, frozen custard, try a pumpkin pecan, pumpkin cheesecake, or salted caramel pumpkin concrete mixer. We're celebrating the season of the pumpkin at Culver's Restaurant in Pella, where we're locally owned and involved in your community.
Coretha Rosendahl and her team at Norm Rosendahl Tiling and Septic believe that community support is what makes us great. And they're dedicated to supporting our local events, high school athletes, and fine arts students. So if you want to be a positive force in your community, support your local youth and special events. And if you need septic work done right, call Norm Rosendahl Tiling at 259-2651. Remember, supporting our local community is a key to making our communities a great place to raise our families. Choose Norm Rosendahl Tiling and Septic, and let's build a better community together.
You leave for work, the garage door goes up and down. Your husband leaves for work, up and down again. Home for lunch, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, all day long. Over the course of time, springs, rollers, hinges, they all break down. Don't wait until the door won't go up and down. Call the Young Door Service for an inspection of your garage door today.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. It's not good enough to know what you do. You need to specialize in it. We specialize in sales, installation, and service of garage doors. We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Break out the turkey and gravy because Raceway Tire and Exhaust is here to say thanks. As Knoxville's one-stop auto service headquarters, we have a lot to be thankful for. From our loyal customers to our fantastic suppliers and employees, everyone plays a part in keeping Raceway Tire rolling. From all of us at Raceway Tire and Exhaust, have a very happy Thanksgiving.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust. We got what you need to get you on the go.
If you have guests coming into town for the holidays, make reservations for them to stay at the Amsterdam Hotel in downtown Pella. And if they want the full Pella experience, book them the Visit Pella package. It includes overnight accommodations for two, tickets to the Pella Historical Village and Vermeer Windmill, and $50 in Pella bucks. And because they'll be staying right downtown, they can easily get to all of the great shopping that Pella has to offer. Find more information about this and other packages at royalamsterdam.com and make your reservation today.
Laley is proud to be the title sponsor of today's Laley Radio Sports page on KNIA and KRLS. We know how important local sports are to everyone in South Central Iowa, and this innovative program will keep you up to date on all the happenings with your favorite local teams and athletes. At Laley, we're innovating for our customers as well, providing dairy farm automation for producers all over the world. With our North American headquarters right here in Pella, we're proud to be part of the community. Tune in for today's Laley Radio Sports page every weekday on KNIA and KRLS.
Transform your space with the vibrant colors of Pittsburgh paints. Now available at Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Hardware and Design Center in Pella. Elevate your home with premium quality paints that bring life to your walls. Whether you're refreshing a room or embarking on a full makeover, Pittsburgh Paints offers a wide range of hues to suit your style. Visit Gilchrist Jewett today and let their expert team assist you in selecting the perfect shade for your project. Unleash the power of color with Pittsburgh Paints at Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Hardware and Design Center in Pella.
Happy holidays from Washington State Bank. In this season of joy and thanks, we're taking a moment to express our gratitude to you, our wonderful community. Your trust and support as we have solidified our roots in Pella has always been and remains our cornerstone. Our commitment is to growing with you, celebrating success, and supporting each other through every challenge. From our Washington State Bank family to yours, we wish you a blessed holiday season filled with peace, joy, and prosperity.
At Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, the Veterinarian Pet Salon is taking appointments.
Hey, Mr. Veterinarian, can we give our kitty a haircut, please?
Yes, we can. This is Dr. Tim Yoder, one of the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Schedule an appointment at the Veterinarian Pet Salon by calling 628-4040. Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
Our Scooters Coffee radio pregame show rolls on. Thanks to Scooters Coffee, one of our new sponsors joining us this winter season on KNIA, KRLS. Excited to have them and all of our returners joining us for a full winter slate of Iowa high school basketball. Our doubleheaders kicking off next Tuesday night as we check in on what's coming up, wired by Center Point Electric. Our first doubleheaders of the night. Pella will be on the road at North Polk. I'll be on the air with Phil Hemming live on 92.1 KRLS, and then Pella Christians at Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont over on KNIA, KRLS.com. Wynn and Tyler will kick off our doubleheader season coming up on Tuesday night. That is what's coming up, wired by Center Point Electric. If you have an electrical project coming up, trust the experts at Center Point Electric in Pella, wired for excellence. And in between then, of course, we got the Thanksgiving holiday and a lot of time off here, a little bit of a break at least for some of our winter teams as they've already kicked off their seasons. I know girls wrestling is underway tonight as well at Norwalk. That does include Pella Christians, Ellis, and Ritzert, so we hope to have some updates from across the way there. And also, bowling's already started for PC. Pella starts next week. And then, of course, the boys basketball, as we talked about prior break, highly anticipated seasons for both Tulip City teams. And before you know it, there'll be a little Hawkeye Conference action again,
Yeah, it comes up really quick. And few non-conference games mixed in as we go, but they jam a lot of basketball into about 2.5 months.
Yeah, and then what makes it weird is you get obviously you get a full week off here for Thanksgiving, and then you get that week and a half off for Christmas and New Year's, and it just feels so strange. And then, of course, for Pella and PC coming out of the winter break win, they're going to play each other on that first Friday coming back. So a whole lot to get to between now and then, but excited to be back with you here again on KNIA KRLS. Our matchup here is Montezuma versus Pella Christian, and we will tell you about, in fact, we do have now our starting lineups presented by Miniga Pest Control. Let's go ahead and start with the home team Eagles. Number 10, a junior at guard, 5'9", Maggie Heinen. A sophomore forward, 5'9", number 13, Addie Van Arendonk. A junior guard, 5'6", number 15, Faith Kakmarinsky. At guard, a senior, 5'10", number 22, Karis Fickert. And a sophomore guard at 5'8", number 24, Maddie Van Zee. That's Heinen, Van Arendonk, Kakmarinsky, Fickert, and Van Zee for the maroon and gold. For the Montezuma Braves, it looks like this. Number 3, a junior guard at 5'3", Ellen Cook. A sophomore guard at 5'5", number 10, Claire Ercilius. A senior forward at 5'7", number 12, Izzy Rorda. A senior guard, number 13, Jaden Scherer. And number 50 at junior forward at 5'11", Sharissa Wettering. So it's Cook, Ercilius, Rorda, Scherer, and Wettering for the Montezuma Bravettes. Those are your starting lineups presented by Miniga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs.
Call 628-3198. Miniga Pest Control.
And that will get us to our final time out here inside of our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. When we come back, we'll be inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth as head coach Brendan Fody has his first home game for the Eagles at 1-0, set to take on the 1-0 Bravettes of Montezuma. You've been listening to our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply when we come back.
Grow strong with us. Lighten State Bank. Lighten State Bank.
Lighten State Bank has been helping customers grow financially strong since 1911. Our experts in deposit solutions, residential lending, and business banking would love to help you on your next step of your financial journey. Stop into one of our locations or visit us at lightenbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Chuck Vanderwall with Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella. When Rudy Ulrich hired me in the summer of 1967, I could only dream of what this dealership would mean to our family.
I'm Todd Vanderwall, and I joined Ulrich in the fall of 1997. It's been an amazing 25-plus years working with my dad and our team, and now I get to pass it on.
I'm Tegan, the third-generation Vanderwall at Ulrich's. Like my grandpa and dad before me, I'm proud to be able to say that at Ulrich Ford Lincoln and Pella,
we're taking care of you.
If you haven't noticed, U.S. Cellular has been working hard to keep you connected in Pella. By installing multiple new small cell towers in Pella, we've increased our capacity and are able to provide those 5G data speeds that we all deserve. Right now, you can get unlimited home internet service from U.S. Cellular for only $30 a month. That's high-speed, unlimited internet for your home or business for only $30 a month. Stop by Strawber Cellular for details.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we know how important it is for athletes to heal properly so they can continue making plays and staying active. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch care for athletes of any age. Whether you're the quarterback for a local team, a leisurely runner, or somewhere in between, we've got you covered at Kinetic Edge. You can choose where you go for physical therapy. Choose Kinetic Edge. Contact us at kineticedgept.com or at 621-0230.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams.
Stoltz on the back door, cut to Dave Jeetings, who lays it in. Eagles up 1, 52-51, 30 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Now they need a stop.
When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
This is Kim at the Fairfield Inn and Suites in Oskaloosa, inviting you to come stay with us. We're a brand new facility that boasts state-of-the-art amenities coupled with the local charm of Oskaloosa. Our pool and fitness center is open to our guests, and free breakfast will start your day off right. Call and book with us today or use our Marriott Bonvoy app. We look forward to seeing you.
As
As the end of the year approaches, it's a good time to reflect on the things we're thankful for.
At Pella Real Estate Services, we're thankful for you, our clients, and for a growing team of licensed agents.
I'm Brett Staten, a Central College football alum and now an assistant coach for the Pella Christian Eagles. I manage storage units for Red Door Storage, an investor, and am a licensed real estate agent.
If it's time to buy or sell your home, let any of our licensed agents share their talents with you.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pella Real Estate Services.
Helen Cook. At guard, 5'5" inch sophomore, number 10, Claire Lucilius. At forward, a 5'7" inch senior, number 12, Izzy Rorda. At guard, a 5'6" inch senior, number 13, Jaden Scherer. And at forward, a 5'11" inch junior, number 50, Sharessa Weathering. The Bravettes are coached by head coach Janelle Burgess. Assistants are Ted Burgess, Greg Law, and Olivia Smith. And now the starting lineup for your Pella Christian Eagles. At guard, a 5'9" inch junior, number 10, Maggie Heinen. At forward, a 5'9" inch sophomore, number 13, Addie Benagong. At guard, a 5'6" inch junior, number 15, Faith Jack-Marinsky. At forward, a 5'10" inch senior, number 22, Carlos Fickert. At guard, a 5'8" inch sophomore, number 24, Maddie Manzi. The Eagles are coached by head coach Brendan Fowdy. Assistants are Jane Juggling, Joel Bruxford, and Dwayne Anderson.
And we're back inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. You're listening to Pella Christian Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa. Bank Iowa is a proud supporter of Eagles athletics. You have an inspiration, a reason for bringing whatever that is, they say.
Let's make it happen.
And let's make it happen as we get you set for our opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. We welcome you to the winter sports season at Pella Christian High School as the Eagles welcome the Bravettes of Montezuma. Both teams at 1-0, standing in the center circle for both squads is number 13, Addie Van Arendonk, and number 50, Sharissa Wettering. Dutch Mill Supply is your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. Ball is in the air, and we are underway. Class 2A versus Class 1A girls basketball action. Montezuma, the Bravettes, coming in a traditional power in Class 1A from just northeast of town. They'll go in the lane for two, and there's that big matchup, 5'11", Sharissa Wettering getting her first field goal of the night.
Yeah, nothing they could do. Put her way too deep under the basket and just went over with a little hook shot.
A very young Pella Christian team with a very young head coach in Brendan Fody. Was an assistant with the Pella program recently, taking the head coaching job and trying to inject some life into this Eagles program that has had its ups and downs since last being in the state tournament a decade ago. First Eagles turnover is a steal by Jaden Scherer. Now over the floor, it's Ellen Cook, a junior guard at 5'5". In the corner, it's Izzy Rorda. Rorda, top of the circle. Urcilius for three, no. Rebound is tipped around in control by Jaden Scherer. Offensive rebound for the Bravettes. They'll keep the possession going. 7 minutes remaining, a 2-0 lead over Pella Christian. Girls action, count it and one. Hoop in the hurt here for the road team, and an and one chance for number 10, Urcilius.
Yeah, playing that zone, you're going to have to cut off that initial move. You can't let them drive on you, and she drove way too deep, and the help came over, but too late, got her on the arm.
Foul is on Addie Van Arendonk, her first. And, of course, with the first foul of the game, the and one is completed 5-0. Do want to remind folks it's a new bonus system. The 1-and-1 no longer exists in high school basketball. 5 fouls per quarter as the Eagles on the board. Addie Van Arendonk and a nice dish to her from underneath.
Yeah, beautiful read along the baseline, and she was set up ready to shoot. And that's what I talked about. They've got some kids that know how to score if they can just get them the ball.
That time, Fickert with nice defense, forcing the wide shot. Rebound controlled by Maddie Van Zee. Eagles tempoing it down the floor. Here's Faith Jack-Marinsky looking for some space. Dribble drive off the window for two. That's a family tradition and heirloom there, when the dribble drive and the layup.
Yeah, they just did not rotate over to pick her up, and she just kept going, and that's what you have to do.
And just like that, after a 5-0 start for Montezuma, a 4-0 answer for Pella Christian. It's 5-4, just 2 minutes into our opening quarter. Right side wing for 3, no good. And the rebound controlled by Maddie Van Zee, her second. Tips it up ahead to Faith Kakmarinsky over the timeline. In the corner, shot fake for Maggie Heinen. Heinen will travel her way into a double team. Good stand-up defense underneath by Montezuma, forcing the second Eagles turnover.
Yeah, she had a nice idea with the move, but when the double team came on her, she just kept right on walking instead of passing the ball off.
Straver Cellular Instant Radio update. It's Simpson's women 49, Central 46. The Dutch are looking to knock off Simpson for the first time in over 2 decades. 5:40 remaining. Standing 3 off the dribble for Ellen Cook. 8-4 Montezuma.
Yeah, going to have to get on her and pick that up. Gave her way too much room up there.
Here's Fickert, left wing, top of the circle for Van Zee. Flips it over to Heinen. Heinen starts her dribble, whips it out to Kakmarinsky in the corner. Triggers a quick 3, no good. Left iron, and a high rebound collected by number 12, Izzy Rorda. Montezuma throws it up ahead and throws it away. Fickert will get the steal. An unforced error there by Montezuma. And the Eagles have a possession down by 2 scores, 8-4, 5 minutes to play first quarter. Dribble drive down low, a give and go pass, shot fake Fickert, or excuse me, that's Heinen. Top of the circle, Van Zee. Here's Fickert in the top of the lane, loses the handle on a pass right to her, and it's Ursilius who ends up with it, the third Eagles turnover early here in the first quarter.
Got to have better hands than that. She was wide open there and didn't hold on to the ball.
Through a double team, it's Sharisa Wettering who's making it look easy so far. Wettering had 16 points in Montezuma's opening victory and already off to a strong start here, 10-4. 3 on the way, short from Van Zee, and the rebound controlled by the Bravettes. It's Ellen Cook. Nearing the halfway mark of this first quarter that's moving quickly. Bravettes have a 10-4 lead. Whipping it outside to Ellen Cook. Cook for 3. Back iron, no. And the rebound is saved by Jaden Scherer. Her third board of the night. Sorry, second offensive rebound, but either way, Bravettes with an extra possession here. Step and fired. Ursilius thought about a shot, said doesn't. Pass is tipped, knocked away. It's Kakmarinsky in transition. 1-on-1. The layup is in, coast to coast. The steal and score for Faith Kakmarinsky. It's an early Randall Roofing raise the roof moment of the game. A needed bucket there for the Eagles and a turnover.
Yeah, gotta force those turnovers and then get breakouts. That's a great. There's a travel.
And another turnover, 3 each now on both sides for Montezuma and Pella Christian. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing, as Faith Kakmarinsky has a couple of buckets in her first home game of her junior campaign. 3:37 remaining, opening quarter, 10-6 Bravettes. Eagles with the ball, working right to left for our radio audience, left to right for our YouTube audience. Top of the circle here for Kakmarinsky. Checking into the game, it's 35, Rachel Kakmarinsky. So double Caks here on the Eagles offense, and Rachel Kakmarinsky has the ball go through her hands, saved by Addie Van Arendal. And that bullet pass is whipped out of bounds. 4th Eagles turnover so far.
Yeah, the play was there, but nobody was looking, and she just threw it right past her.
In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Bravettes had a 10-4 lead. They'll look to match that largest lead so far. Presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. They have the ball with an offensive rebound. That's in case you missed it, and a 3-pointer on the way, and it's good for Ursilius.
That's 2 made threes, and I think they've shot 3 of them, so they're not scared to put the ball up. That man-to-man's got to get a little tighter. There's a bad pass.
And there's a turnover. It's Jordan Ranfeld who ends up with it. 5th Eagles turnover, 13-6. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. It's another steal for Faith Kakmarinsky, trying to finish it. Give and go pass from the sisters, no good. Rachel Kack will fight for it on the rebound, and it is a jump ball. Arrow keeps it with PC. 13-6, 2:36 remaining here in the opening quarter. Andrew Schneider, Win Veenstra on KRLS 3 and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Bounce pass into Rachel Kakmarinsky from Faith. Give back to Faith. And now here is Heinen, right elbow. And she's fouled. Contact with Vivian Cook. And that is the first Montezuma foul.
Pretty clean so far, just 1 for both teams. So unless it's a shooting foul, there's probably not going to be free throws in this quarter.
So 1 foul apiece. Van Arendonk has it for PC. Inbound for Rachel Kakmarinsky, trying to find Van Arendonk on the baseline. She'll gather the dribble just outside the three-point circle and get it back to Faith, top of the key. Faith with a dribble and pass for Heinen. Shot fake, dribble drive into a sea of arms, and she will travel.
Oh, yep, holding for the travel. Forced it up there nicely, but just took one too many steps on the little side step.
Also checking in for Pella Christian is number 1, Jessa DeVries, younger sister of All-Stater Tyson. And this is a Pella Motors timeout. We'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Who's Always Open is presented by Anytime Fitness, one of our new partners this winter. Excited to have them on board. And so far it's been Ellen Cook of Montezuma, 6 points, a couple of three-pointers wide open on both shots for Ellen Cook, the junior guard from Montezuma. Who's Always Open has been presented by Anytime Fitness, the 24/7 gym that fits your lifestyle, your fitness, your way, anytime at Anytime Fitness. 13-6 Montezuma with the ball in the lead after the Eagles commit their 6th turnover of the first quarter. 2:16 remaining. Andrew Schneider, Wynn Veenstra coming to you from Eagle Lane as Montezuma over the timeline. Trying to work it through some Eagles pressure here, and they do. It's number 5, Sydney Burgess, and there's a reach foul called on Faith Kack, her first. A little hand check there, Wynn.
Yeah, just try to get into the passing lane there and put her hand on her.
Jordan Randfield out for Montezuma. I think they're back to their starting 5 on the floor. That pass tipped away by Rachel Kack. It will stay with Montezuma as Burgess will dribble drive. She's the 1 reserve on the floor, and she'll get on the board. 15-6 Montezuma, under 2 to play first quarter. Eagles now with the ball. Their half of the floor already. It's Faith Kack. Top of the circle, DeVries. Whips it right side to Rachel Kakmarinsky. Back out to DeVries. DeVries, that's a smooth-looking 3. Runs in the family, and she'll knock it down for the first Eagles tray of the evening, and a good answer for PC.
Yeah, great shot just to get it up there, no hesitation.
15-9 and a whistle on the far sideline, and a foul called on Van Arendonk, her second. So a little bit of foul trouble here for PC's Addie Van Arendonk, a sophomore. Van Arendonks have had a lot of real good athletes come through the way to win.
Yes.
Minute 33 and counting. Bravettes have a 6-point lead. They've led by as much as 9 in this opening quarter. Here's Jaden Scherer, top of the circle, looking for Vivian Cook. Whips it out to Ellen Cook. And now it's a bob and weave offense. Eagles responding nicely so far. It's a kick out. Ellen Cook open, decides to spin move. Floater in the lane, does not get the friendly roll to go. And Karis Fickert gets the rebound for PC. Faith Kakmarinsky nearly loses it from behind. Here's Heinen, shot fake. Runs it up and in. Maggie Heinen that time got the Bravettes perimeter defense win to bite on the shot fake and drives it in for 2.
That's a nice job of cutting the lead now. Now another defensive stop here would be good to get another chance at the basket. There we go.
Hook shot no good for Wettering, and the rebound again by Fickert. 43 seconds remaining, opening quarter. Pella Christian trails by 4. Heinen, another shot fake, dribble drive. This time the defense collapses on her, nearly travels, does get the pass out to Faith Kack, and now back to Heinen. This time she'll take it for 3, no good. Board controlled by Sharisa Wettering of Montezuma. 25 seconds to play. Shot clock is off, 15-11. Not that we really had to pay much attention to the shot clock. A lot of quick possessions for both teams.
The possession just before this one, with that weave, they ran about most of the clock off there.
Whistle. And they'll say Montezuma ball.
Yeah, and the arrow's favoring Montezuma too, so they're going to get 2 possessions here likely before Pella Christian gets the ball back.
Strawver Cellular Instant Radio Update. Simpson will keep the win streak alive for now over Central, 63-56. Also on our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, we're awaiting updates from Pella, Knoxville, and Indianola tonight. Just about everybody on deck for broadcasting. Knoxville and PCM, 2 local schools playing each other as well over on Panther Drive. 13.5 seconds remain for Montezuma, leading by 4 over Pella Christian. New Eagle into the game is Chloe Snyder. 3 on the way for Cook, trying to look for her 3rd of the quarter. And Jessa DeVries will get the rebound and use her good speed. Bounce pass looking for Snyder, who stepped on the baseline. No whistle anyway. And it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Pella Christian recovering nicely after trailing by 9. They get it back to within 4 inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Men over 45. Do you have frequent nighttime urination or an urgent need to go? You may have an enlarged prostate that blocks your flow. The good news is Pella Regional Urology Clinic has treatment options that can get you back to feeling better. Schedule an appointment to see if medication, a minimally invasive procedure, or other intervention is right for you. Go to PellaHealth.org or call Pella Regional Urology Clinic at 641-621-2383.
Hi, this is Randy DeVries with Centerpoint Electric in Pella. My wife Jody and I both grew up in the area, raised our family in the area, and we've been serving customers in the area since 2000. We're big supporters of activities at both Pella Christian and Pella Community Schools, and we're excited to be part of the live coverage of the Eagles and the Dutch here on KRLS. If you need electrical work done on your home or your business, we're here to help, and we're wired for excellence. Check us out online at centerpoint-electric.com.
Back inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Montezuma 15, Pella Christian 11. It's our girls' opening broadcast. Both teams 1-0 entering tonight's matchup here on Eagle Lane. Montezuma will start the second quarter with the basketball. For our radio audience's sake, working left to right. For the video stream, the opposite way over on the Pella Christian YouTube. Dribble, drive, no good. Fickert with another rebound. That was Cook with the basket opportunity. And now Pella Christian on their half of the floor. It's Chloe Snyder down to Rachel Kakmarinsky. Tried to find an open DeVries. Pass was too short, tipped and stolen by Ellen Cook. 7th Eagles turnover of the half.
Yeah, great idea, but it's got to put a little more on that one.
And the shot will roll in. Sharisa Wettering is just such a matchup problem for most teams. Really athletic at 5'11".
Yeah, Rachel's been doing a nice job of denying her the ball, but that time she got caught behind her.
And Jessica DeVries is running the point here. It is a DeVries family affair at the point guard position this winter for both Pella Christian and boys and girls action. Of course, Faith Kakmarinsky running the point most times. She's on the bench to start, but DeVries will get more opportunities as the winter wears on. That's Rachel Kack, the 8th Eagles turnover to just 3 so far for Montezuma. 7:05 remaining second quarter. Bounce pass is into Ellen Cook. Cook with DeVries working on her. Cook will get it over the timeline. Hand in her face. She dribbles right side, whips it out to Scherer. Perimeter, finds a nice cut and hole and lays it in for 2.
Yeah, nice movement with the ball. Just split the defense and had the confidence to go up there and lay it off the glass.
6:45 remaining second quarter. Bravettes 19, Eagles 11. Montezuma has led by as much as 9 in this game. Kakmarinsky trying to answer with a 3. Airmails it. Rebound is controlled by Izzy Rorda, who got the start tonight at forward. It's Ellen Cook who facilitates this offense down low to Wettering. Whips it back out left side to Ercilius. Back to Wettering. Good off the body there with that right-handed hook shot, and that'll force a Pella Motors timeout. And a full timeout from Coach Brendan Fody as the Bravettes have their largest lead at 10 points, 21-11.
Yeah, she is so smooth if you don't deny her the basketball, and she did a nice job of kind of pushing. I think Faith was actually trying to guard her at the time and just kind of pushed her away.
Well, and Win, what makes this matchup so unusual is that this year, at least on paper, you look at the Little Hawkeye Conference and the vast majority of teams that Pella Christian are going to play, they're not going to have a presence like that in the post. It's going to be a lot of teams that have a ton of guard play and a lot of speed. So, you know, it's one of those things where Pella Christian over the years has adapted to that style, both boys and girls. But when you get these great 5'11" players that just have that great touch at the rim, they're so hard to defend. And to be fair, Pella Christian's had quite a few of those the last several years, especially Allison Van Gorp, who's still playing for Central. But yeah, in this case, PC is going to be a matchup problem if they can't deny her the ball cleanly. If she gets the ball cleanly, she's going to be hard to take down.
If you can come up with a 5'10", 5'11", 6-foot post player that's got hands and can handle the basketball, that's pretty tough to stop, and that's what Montezuma has. So you've got to deny her the basketball, because if she once gets it, it's pretty difficult to do anything about it.
On the other side of a Pella Motors timeout where you'll drive away happy, that's the Pella Motors guarantee. 6:16 remaining second quarter. Bravettes 21, Eagles 11. Andrew Schneider, Win Veenstra as Jessica DeVries has it in the corner. Whips it out to Karis Fickert. Fickert top of the circle. This is Faith Kack, left wing. Chloe Snyder. Snyder over to DeVries. DeVries down low to Rachel Kakmarinsky. Dribble, stop, kick it out. Fickert stepped on her way to the shot. That wasn't going to go in anyway, but another Eagles turnover. And we don't want to belabor the point, but that's going to be a point of frustration for the Eagles if they give away shots like that.
And Karis gets the turnover, but Faith has got to have the confidence there that she got around the girl Gardner. She's got to put that ball up off the glass there. She's got to learn how to twist her body there and body that girl, the next girl, out of the way and get that layup.
Back in, it's Maddie Van Zee here for PC, tipped by Chloe Snyder, and that'll keep it Montezuma ball, but nice disruption of the flow there.
Anticipated well, and that's what especially these younger players are going to have to work on. They're going to have to learn how to anticipate where this next pass is going to go and try to jump it.
Top of the circle, 3 on the way for Montezuma, and it's in. That's Ursilius who will knock it down. She has 6 points, and it's 24-11. Montezuma adding to their largest lead. Here's Snyder in the corner. Whips it out to Faith Kakmarinsky. Kakmarinsky, shovel pass left side to Fickert. One of 2 seniors on this team. Whips it out to Van Zee. Van Zee on the 3-point perimeter. Back out to Faith Kak. Fickert whips it over to Van Zee, left corner. Van Zee dribbles into the center of the lane, whips it back out to Snyder. Snyder, overhead pass to Fickert. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Fickert takes it, hits off the rim, no, and the rebound is controlled by Montezuma. That's Ellen Cook, who will then dribble it down the floor, go coast to coast, and lay it off the glass and in. Just a breakdown there when Cook got the rebound deep in her own territory and dribbled past all of the Eagles.
Yeah, whoever was supposed to guard her was nowhere around, and nobody picked her up.
Montezuma starting to find some space here, 26-11. Left side pass will go to Fickert. Fickert, baseline, short on the shot, rebound controlled by Montezuma. That's number 50, Wettering. Just 2 rebounds so far, but 8 points for the junior center. Snyder guarding Ursilius and Montezuma. Cook, a long-range 3, back iron, no. Offensive rebound for Scherer. That's her 3rd offensive rebound of the first half, halfway through the second quarter. Montezuma resets the shot clock. Some contact, a steal for Rachel Kakmarinsky, or excuse me, that's Faith Kakmarinsky up ahead to Rachel. Count it and 1. The Kakmarinsky connection gets Pella Christian a 3-point play and some much-needed momentum.
Well, just a basket. I mean, they hadn't scored in over 4 minutes.
So Faith gets the steal, forcing the 4th Montezuma turnover. That's all been steals so far for PC. The 3rd steal of the night for Faith. And then the great dime to her sister. We're going to call that our drive to the basket, presented by Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center. All of your hardware, plumbing, and interior design solutions are just a short drive away at Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center in Pella. Rachel Kak will miss the back end, but the Eagles get their first bucket in some time, cutting what was a 15-point lead down to 13. Under halfway to play second quarter, 26-13 Montezuma with the ball and a 13-point lead, and make it 15 again.
Just a curl route. Defense was there, stayed straight up, didn't get a hand on it.
Ellen Cook had 18 points in Montezuma's opener, and she's shown that she is going to be a tough defend for most teams that go against her. Rachel Kak is fouled as she gets the offensive rebound. And that was on number 5, Sydney Burgess, her first. So Faith Kak gets the offensive rebound and keeps the possession going for Pella Christian, down by 15. So Faith Kakmarinsky to trigger it in. Bounce pass down low to Snyder. Snyder fighting for it underneath, but the rebound is eventually controlled by Vivian Cook of Montezuma. Bravettes ball loose on the floor. Kakmarinsky gets another steal up ahead. This is Rachel Kakmarinsky, lays it off the glass and in. Another Kak to Kak steal and score. And the Eagles back within 13. 6 Montezuma turnovers so far. And Rachel Kakmarinsky has all 4 Eagles points in the second quarter. And another takeaway by PC. Eagles getting a little momentum here. Here's Fickert, whips it out to Faith Kakmarinsky. Top of the circle, Heinen. Heinen back out to Faith. Faith, the junior. Multi-sport starter in volleyball and softball. One of the better all-around athletes here on Eagle Lane. In and out, no good for Heinen on the 3, and the rebound eventually controlled by Montezuma. And that'll force the Pella Motors timeout Wheel driveway, happy that's the Pella Motors guarantee. Coach Fody excited to see a little bit of spark there win on that little flurry there by PC, especially that defense creating offense. The Kak-Marinsky connection, Faith getting the steals and Rachel finishing at the rim.
Yeah, those are great baskets, and that last three was just an inch from dropping through for him. He goes through, and all of a sudden it's back to a 10-point game, and you got to feel like you got a little life.
On our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, it's Simpson 63, Central 56 women's action. Men to follow. They're on 92.1 KRLS because they had the doubleheader tonight. Pella is taking on Mount Pleasant. They are about underway. In fact, just started at 7:15. And then we are also awaiting updates tonight from Knoxville and PCM. They're scheduled for a 7:30 start, so we'll be pretty well done win by the time that they get to about halftime there over on Panther Drive. 2:29 remaining second quarter here. It's Montezuma 28, Pella Christian 15. Bravettes over the timeline with Ellen, or rather this is the other Cook, Vivian, and she's fouled on her way down the floor by Maggie Heinen.
Yeah, Maggie had good position, but then slid her leg over as she tried to go around her. If she goes around you there, you got to let her go.
And eventually the scorekeepers will get the fouls right on the board. There's just one in each team so far in this quarter.
Walked.
Dribble, drive. Tipped away. Montezuma keeps it. Here's Burgess. 15 seconds off the shot clock. 2:08 remaining on the game clock. Montezuma can afford to take their time with a multi-possession lead, and there's a travel by Cook. 8th Montezuma turnover. Pella Christian has been sitting at 9 now, win for some time. They've cleaned it up here a little bit on offense, although here comes the pressure now from the Bravettes. Just as I say that.
Well, that's good because then you make them pay with a layup, and they got potential here.
They'll try a three instead from Heinen. She'll airmail it. Faith Kak fights for the rebound, and she'll put it back in for two. Faith Kak-Marinsky does not have the height of her younger sister, but does have the fight, and she's able to get the putback for a field goal. And then driving in, it's Ellen Cook, and she's fouled and will force free throws here. It's on Fickert. So wanted to explain it earlier when we talk about fouls. Not that it would have mattered really under the old system anyway, Win, because we've only had 3 on Montezuma and 5 on Pella Christian, but no longer a 7-foul, 1-and-1, 10 fouls in the bonus. It's 5 per quarter, and then you're shooting 2.
It's probably going to cut down maybe not the total number of free throws in a game, but the amount of opportunities to shoot free throws.
Jump ball forced on the free throw miss. So Cook made 1. She's up to 11 points. And then ball will go out of bounds, or tie up, I should say, over to Pella Christian. Maggie Heinen to the top of the circle to DeVries. Jessica DeVries dribbling with the right hand, crosses over off a screen from Rachel. Flips it back out left side to Van Arendonk, who's playing with 2 fouls. Out to Heinen. Eagles trail by 12. Here's Rachel Kak, high elbow, down low to Van Arendonk. Good pass, couldn't finish. It's a volleyball for the rebound, and Rachel Kak had 10 rebounds in her debut, and DeVries throws it away. It was tipped around nicely by Montezuma. With a minute remaining here in the second quarter. 29-17. Here's Cook. Taking this game over is Ellen Cook. She's got 13 points to lead all scorers, and it's 31-17. Bravettes leading the Eagles. Down low, Van Arendonk tried to find Faith Kak-Marinsky, who's fouled from behind. That foul is on the floor. So Montezuma still has 2 fouls to give, and there's still 1 shot clock. Probably the last time we'll see the shot clock in action in this first half. About 8.5 seconds difference.
Well, it depends on how quick they shoot this one.
Right. Faith Kak to get it into Van Arendonk. In the corner to Vries, and she'll dribble on the baseline.
Probably traveled when she took off with it too, but the official didn't call it. So
36 seconds. There will be 1 more shot clock, and this will be it. Montezuma working against pressure, and it's tipped and stolen by Faith Kak-Marinsky. Van Arendonk, right side, layup no good. Too strong after the Eagles turnover. Faith Kak-Marinsky had her 5th steal, but could not finish, and Ellen Cook has her 4th rebound, 13 points. She'll huck it up for 3, and the answer is yes. Ellen Cook has 16 points. She's nearly single-handedly outscoring the Eagles 34-17.
Yeah, she's going to be a force. There's no doubt about it.
Well, that's what Montezuma has right now. A really nice post player in Sharissa Wettering, and then they've got the work on the outside too. Double trouble for most teams, and that shot at the end will not go in for Pella Christian. It is now all Montezuma with a big second quarter, 34-17. Our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show when we come back after this on KNIA KRLS.
Experience the irresistible flavors of fall at Scooter's Coffee in Pella. Savor the Southern Caramel Praline Caramelicious or indulge in the delightful pumpkin treats. From lattes and blenders to muffins and cake bites, they've got your cravings covered. Stop by Scooter's Coffee for a sip of perfection and a bite of bliss. Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Mike Blom with Cabinet Design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry is just as attentive and imaginative as you are when it comes to your remodel. Just ask Justin Plate of Pella.
I've known Mike for a lot of years, and he's just known for high quality and attention to detail, and I'm kind of a perfectionist type person. I really like things done the right way. I've known him to be very high attention to detail and have been really impressed through that whole project.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
If you haven't noticed, U.S. Cellular has been working hard to keep you connected in Pella. By installing multiple new small cell towers in Pella, we've increased our capacity and are able to provide those 5G data speeds that we all deserve. Right now, you can get unlimited home internet service from U.S. Cellular for only $30 a month. That's high-speed, unlimited internet for your home or business for only $30 a month. Stop by Strawber Cellular for details.
Win winter with the Toro Power Clear Single Stage Snowblower that is loaded with power in a compact size. They are easily maneuverable and clear snow down to the pavement. Get your power clear at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment in Pella. Toro, America's #1 snowblower brand.
Weather any storm with the Toro Flex Force electric snowblower that has the most powerful 60-volt battery in its class. Plus, you get the same rugged construction as Toro's gas-powered models. Get your Flex Force snowblower at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment. Toro, America's #1 snowblower brand.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee Fuel Saver is now Hy-Vee Perks. Get the same great benefits like Hy-Vee Fuel Savings, plus save even more on hundreds of products store-wide with Hy-Vee Perks prices like Hy-Vee Butter, Hy-Vee Perks price $2.98, bananas, Hy-Vee Perks price 39 cents a pound, and family-sized General Mills cereal, Hy-Vee Perks price just $3.99. Make the switch or sign up and start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Certain. Certain who? Certainly. If you're going to get new shingles, you're going to get CertainTeed shingles from Dutch Mill Supply in Pella. CertainTeed Roofing offers a wide array of residential roofing shingle options, with profiles as beautiful as they are durable.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door. Our product line is diverse, and we'll give you what you need quickly and at a competitive price.
This is the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, through no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Halftime score, Montezuma 34, Pella Christian 17. Let's go ahead and jump into some of our first half stats delivered by Pella Fiber. Leading the way for both teams is Ellen Cook with 16 points, 4 rebounds. It's an 8-point performance for Sharissa Wettering with 2 rebounds. Claire Ercilius has 6 points for Montezuma, and then 2 each for Jaden Scherer and Sydney Burgess. On the other side for Pella Christian, 4 apiece for Addie Van Arendonk, Faith Kakmarinsky, and Rachel Kakmarinsky. 3 points for Jessa DeVries and 2 for Maggie Heinen. Turnovers, it's 9 for Montezuma, 11 for Pella Christian unofficially. Of course, our numbers may be slightly different as always win. And you have the rebounds tallied up?
Yeah.
Ish.
Individually, Faith's just got 1 offensive. Karis has got 4. Rachel's got 3. Maddie's got 2. Jessa's got 1 for a total of 11 for Pella Christian. 14 total rebounds for Montezuma, 10 defensive and 4 offensive. So didn't let them have a lot of offensive rebounds, but not keeping them off the defensive boards to where we get some second chance baskets, which is obvious with the big girl in there kind of cleaning up. So kind of even, but what you'd expect. Pella Christian's biggest problem is they're just not making shots. I got Montezuma shooting 8 for 10 in that last quarter, which that's pretty tough to beat, and 14 for 24 for the half. So that's well over 50%. So that it's difficult to win games even if you're not turning the ball over when a team's shooting that well.
Inside the Numbers is delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join the movement today at PellaFiber.com. And, of course, many of you might be catching us on the Pella Fiber TV. Pella TV streams all Pella Christian and Pella home games. Also wanted to go across the way. I don't know if you see him in the blue sweatshirt there at the top row. Not often that you would see Rich Schulte at a Pella Christian event anyway, but he is the superintendent and has been now for 2 years at Montezuma. And to his right is the faithful Pella fan, super fan, KRLS Schulte. So Rich obviously has been a longtime supporter and was an administrator for many years at Pella and wanted to be a superintendent. So congratulations to him. And I know that Rich has made a second home in Montezuma.
I don't think I've seen Rich since we played fast-pitch softball against each other years ago.
So yeah, he still makes it to quite a few Pella events. He's got a daughter yet who's still over at Pella High School. So see Rich quite a bit and happy to see him. And he's doing great work over in Montezuma. At least that's my understanding from what I hear. Montezuma fans, don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I know Rich is doing a great job. So I'm not going to give him grief because he's a superintendent tonight. I give him plenty of grief when he's in the baseball broadcast booth. Then I give Rich all the grief. So anyway, this is Strawver Cellular Instant Radio Update, and Pella is going to make short work of their night tonight. They may be done before us. It's already 31-6, Pella over Mount Pleasant. The Dutch jumped out to a 19-0 lead across the way. Pella is going to have that defense that's already in midseason form for Coach Forsyth.
Yeah, they really get after it and get in the passing lane, and so if you can't handle the basketball, it's going to be difficult for you to score, and they know how to turn it around and go and score after that. And a few years ago when Pella Christian made it all the way to the state championship game in girls basketball, that's exactly what they did. They'd steal the ball at half court and get layups. And so if you can do that, it's pretty tough to beat.
Well, it should be a lot of fun to see that team continue. And Pella Christian going to be keeping a close eye on those conference scores because there'll be some of those teams that they'll be running into, not just Pella, DCG, certainly one of those as well. This is the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show on KNIA, KRLS.com. We'll take a quick timeout. Wynn and I will have your second half adjustments when we come back. Presented by the Young Door Service.
November often brings the first cold snap of the holiday season. Pella Cooperative Electric would like to remind everyone to test and change batteries in smoke and carbon monoxide detectors and make sure heating equipment is in good working order. We'd also like to remind our member owners that our office will be closed November 23rd and 24th to celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday. As always, if you need to make a payment, you can pay through the mobile app or call us 24/7. Looking out for you, we are Pella Cooperative Electric.
The wheels on the car go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the car go round and round at Central Tire and Auto.
How are the wheels on your car holding up? Central Tire and Auto and Pella is here to help, but they're not going round and round quite like they should be. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and Auto.
And this is the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show on KNIA, KRLS. Andrew Snyder, Wynn Vinstra coming to you from the home of the Eagles, where it's Montezuma 34, Pella Christian 17. Our second half adjustments presented by the Young Door Service, and it's easier said than done, but Pella Christian defensively has just had a few breakdowns and have really allowed both Ellen Cook and Sharisa Wettering to kind of have their way so far. Montezuma really, Wynn, has not had much challenge on offense from the Eagles defense in the sense of, I think if the Bravettes look back at their shot chart, I think they would be very happy with what they've seen so far.
Well, I would agree. And what's happening is there's too much. Pella Christian's predominantly playing man-to-man. They're getting around the initial defender because if you're not right on them trying to deny them the ball, they're just too good and they're able to move and go at the basket. And so they're getting around that defender. Nobody's coming to pick them up. And so they're getting easy looks, driving the basket. If you give them a step or two out on the perimeter, they're knocking down the threes. And so that's a deadly combination. You've got to understand that you've got to put pressure on the three-point shooter, and then you've got to make sure that when that girl makes a move and gets around the defender, somebody's got to pick her up. You can't just let her go right to the basket. And they just haven't quite picked that up yet and figured out how to play that way on defense.
Well, and offensively, it feels like there's been a couple chances where PC has had open shots and have tried instead. And I don't mind the idea of an extra pass. In fact, Coach Fody was with Derek Schulte over at Pella High School, who's all about that extra pass. But it feels like PC has kind of passed up then some open looks, and then the passing hasn't been crisp, and there's been some of those turnovers. Trying to make that extra pass, it's a good philosophy, but you got to execute it. If not, you're passing up some open looks.
Exactly. We talked about that, how Faith had a play along the baseline where she made the good initial move, got around her defender, had a little left-handed jump shot right there. If she learns how to turn her body, block the defender behind her, and put the ball off the glass, instead she passed the ball away and ends up being a turnover.
Your second half adjustments are presented by the gurus of garage doors at Young Door Service. Make sure to check out their showroom just over, not too far away here from Eagle Lane on Roosevelt Road.
We're the gurus of garage doors, the Young Door Service in Pella.
Both things work. That wraps up our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, there's no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean Ward and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Central Tire and Auto. 34-17, Montezuma over Pella Christian. Bravettes will start with the basketball. Their starting five include Ellen Cook, Claire Ercilius, number 12, Izzy Rordan, number 13, Jaden Scherer, and number 50, Sharisa Wettering. Pella Christian with Heinen, Van Arendonk, Kakmarinsky, Fickert, and Van Zee defensively. Fresh 8 minutes on the clock. Here's Wettering, dribbles in the center of the lane, and double dribble.
I believe they got DeVries in there for Van Zee.
They do, yes. Thank you for that check. And actually, they've got Chloe Snyder in too. So Fody did not start with the same five he had in the first quarter. And Montezuma with the first turnover of the second half. In the corner, it is DeVries off the foot of Faith Kakmarinsky, and the Eagles answer with their first.
And I know that's a great play, but she's not open. You can't make that pass.
Some full court pressure here for Pella Christian, trying to test Ellen Cook, who's been so far inflappable for the Bravettes. Top of the circle for Ercilius, down low, Wettering, nice move through the traffic, and she's fouled.
Made the nice crossover, and Maggie went with her and got the body foul. She missed the basket, so she's going to have to earn them both at the free throw line.
And that's how you know that's a sign of a really solid post player when there was no tripping over her own feet there. It was just really good planting there and use of the pivot foot to force the contact. 2 shots coming. First will rattle in.
Now we're going to see Van Zee and Fickert both in.
So Fickert in and Van Zee in. Start the quarter.
No, not Van Zee. My mistake.
Yep.
It's Rachel.
Yes, Rachel Kakmarinsky. Sharisa Wettering is up to 10 points. 2 in double figures for the Bravettes. Their largest lead now at 19 as Jessica DeVries dribble, drive, kicks it out to Faith, or rather Rachel Kack. Sister on sister here. Known both of them for a long time, almost all 9 years here. I'll get it right eventually. Here's Faith, top of the circle. Very different people, very different personalities win. I'll tell you that much. Right side, Fickert. Here's Rachel. Good jump shot from about 10 feet out. Smooth for Rachel Kakmarinsky. She leads the Eagles with 6 points.
Well, again, they've got some people that can score if they could just hang on to the basketball and move a little better without it.
Cook was looking for separation. 7 seconds off the shot clock to get it over the half-court line. Tipped away, knocked around, loose ball on the floor. And it is picked up at the half-court line by both PC and Montezuma, and it will go over to Pella Christian.
Good defense that time, really understanding to get the double team and then get somebody in front of the nearest person that they're going to outlet to, and was able to tip the ball away and get the jump ball.
6.5 to play third quarter. Montezuma turns it over as Pella Christian now has it their half court. Screen for Faith Kakmarinsky. Van Arendonk wide open. Fickert, the lefty for 3. Yes! Karis Fickert pours it in from downtown, and the Eagles get a much-needed three-pointer.
Well, it's good to see her get a basket. She'd taken some shots that weren't even close.
And here is Wettering. Real nice move, but couldn't finish, too strong. And it's Jessica DeVries, smallest player on the floor, comes up with a rebound, and then she'll whip it out of bounds. Once Jessa figures out some of the control that she has with her speed, she'll be a really, really tough point guard, but right there you saw it when just got too far in front of herself.
Yeah. Again, right idea, but you can't put that much on it.
Montezuma to answer.
Oh.
And Rachel Kack does not like the call.
Yeah, I think it was a foul, though. She reached over her arm.
But it is a foul on PC nonetheless, their first of the half. So chalk up a second one here for Kack. Montezuma as Van Arendonk checks out. And both are in for number 10, Claire Arcelius. Montezuma with a 16-point lead. Eagles have the ball on their half of the floor. 5:42 remaining third quarter. In the corner, here's DeVries. Loses it, trying to whip a baseline pass around and stolen by Izzy Rorda. Third Eagles turnover of the half so far. Shot fake in the corner for Scherer. Hands it out to Cook. Cook has a shot fake and then reaching called on Jessa DeVries.
Well, that previous play, Jessa drives the baseline. Hey, she's got to have a teammate come crashing down the lane. It was wide open. Nobody came, and she threw the ball there, but there was nobody there.
Pella Christian and Montezuma clashing here in non-conference action. It's been all Bravettes so far. They've won 6 of 8 as Ellen Cook continues to have a strong night. Ellen Cook with 18 points. Totally dominating this game right now. And the Eagles have another takeaway, or throwaway, I should say. Fourth PC turnover of the third quarter. 5:08 remaining here in the third, and it's a 16-point lead and the ball from Montezuma, 18-point lead, 40-22. On our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, it's now Pella 48, Mount Pleasant 10 at the half. PCM 13, Knoxville 1. Ooh, that's an interesting first score as Wettering a little too strong there. Rebound controlled by Rachel Kack. Gets it over to Faith. Here is Maggie Heinen, stuck in the three-point line. And at some point, 5-second count was close. In the corner, Jessa DeVries for three. She's open, no good. Rebound is tipped out of bounds, last off of PC. No. Right at the end, it hit off the foot of Arcelius as she was going out of bounds. Team rebound of the Eagles. Earlier tonight, Simpson women defeating Central 63-56. They're live on 92.1 KRLS with the men's game now. Offensive rebound as Jessa DeVries will chase down her own miss. Right side to Heinen. Heinen shot fake. Stop at the free throw line. Hand it off. Dribble, drive. Just short for number 3, Chloe Nickel. And now loose ball on the floor, scattering, and it's DeVries fighting for it in a tie-up. Arrow will take it over to Montezuma. 4:14 remaining here in the third. Brendan Fody in his first home game coaching Pella Christian. Trying to kickstart a program that's a decade removed from its last state appearance. The ever tough Little Hawkeye Conference awaiting in a few short weeks after the holiday. Right side three for Montezuma is well short. Chloe Snyder will get her mitts on it for a PC rebound. Up ahead, Kakmarinsky finds Rachel. Nearly traveled center of the lane. Tipped away by Montezuma. It will stay PC ball underneath their own hoop. 3:56 remaining here in the third. Eagles with a possession underneath their own basket. Kakmarinsky out to Snyder. Snyder, bullet pass in. Kack has her shot blocked.
Great pass, but that's a shot where Faith can't take time to set up. She has to catch it and go up in the same motion. Let the defense catch up and block it.
Team rebound out of bounds to PC after the block by number 5, Sydney Burgess. Top of the circle, Nickel pops open a three. Klang's back iron, no. Loose ball rebound scooped up by Heinen. Heinen tries to weave her way through traffic, and it's stuck, and she's fouled. It's called by a national broadcaster by the name Yeen Eagle. As Coach Fody couldn't get to it, he gets some help from the PC student section instead. That's called a wedgie. That's what the national broadcaster Yeen Eagle from CBS name that. I think poor Coach Fody realizes he doesn't have the ups anymore. That was a humbling moment. Heinen with 2 free throws. She'll miss the first. Foul was on number 5, Burgess, her second. Team's first of the half. So Fickert back in for Nickel. Next offering is in. Heinen with 3 points. Eagles down by 17. Have not been able to close the gap against Montezuma despite their best efforts.
They're pretty good hustle, though, in this quarter so far. They just can't get over the hump.
Well, they've kept it even so far. It's 6-6 in the third quarter with 3:32 remaining. There was a 17-point margin to begin the half, and that's where we are, 40-23, and make it nearly 42. Cook misses a layup. A rebound controlled by Rachel Kack. Her 5th. Bullet pass across to Heinen. Shot fake. That's kind of her move. At least that's what I've seen so far. Snyder traveled.
Yep.
Wow. Eagles student section has smiles on their faces as they react, but that's about as obvious of a travel as you'll see at the varsity level.
Faked with the head and the shoulders and the ball, but the feet went with it. Those feet got to stay put if you're going to do that.
Montezuma trying to work it over the timeline, and they do. Loose ball, tipped away and stolen, and then good reaction by Vivian Cook to force the turnover, or at least force the jump ball after the turnover, I should say.
Putting a lot of pressure on the ball, and they're doing a nice job of recovering quickly to not give them any good looks after that, and came away with the tip ball there and got the jump ball.
Faith Kack right side to Heinen on the wing. Heinen flips it over to Snyder. Snyder top of the circle. Bullet pass back to Kack, draws a double team. Here's Fickert, whips it over to Snyder left corner. This time the shot fake a little more effective. Back out to an open Faith Kack for 3. Online but long. And the board is controlled by Sharisa Wettering of Montezuma. Bravettes over the timeline with Vivian Cook from Ellen Cook. Vivian back to Ellen, and Cook has it center circle. Slowing it down here. 25 seconds on the shot clock. 2:20 on the game clock. Cook will dribble it out. Pass is tipped. That's how they got to deny Wettering. The Eagles get the turnover. Steal number 6 of the night for Faith Kack-Marinsky. Down low, Fickert is open for 2. Good reaction there as Heinen was going out of bounds when she saves it and finds the open KRLS Fickert.
Well, the pass was just a little bit long, and she was able to corral it enough to get the pass away.
Good stand-up defense by Rachel Kack, but the Eagles cannot corral the rebound. It will stay Montezuma ball for another possession. Minute 55 remaining. Eagles do chip in that lead a little bit, 40-25 Bravettes. Then Aaron Donk in for Snyder. And then Scherer is in for Montezuma. Bravettes with a fresh shot clock. Scherer has it top of the circle. Out to Ellen Cook. Cook, dribble, drive, right side of the lane. Can't get it to go. And the rebound controlled by Pella Christian. Up ahead, it's Van Arendonk who has it poked out from behind. Yeah, that was clearly knocked out.
They're going to talk it over.
Yeah, why would the ball have reacted that way? Oh, wow. That was a poor call. I mean, what? I don't think Van Arendonk just simply smacked the ball and knocked it 15 feet out of bounds, but that's just me.
Back to the full court pressure here. See if you can, get a steal, get a couple more baskets, get this thing down to 10 by the quarter. It'll be a pretty nice quarter for Pella Christian.
Well, that's why the missed call there win hurts a lot, because PC had a breakaway. Good job by Montezuma by at least making it a problem. Good recovery. Cook's 3 misses. Montezuma's gone a lot colder here when as Fickert comes up with a rebound.
Yeah, they're 1 for 9 in this quarter.
Faith Kack stops on the elbow. The J looked good, but it rattles in and out, and then a foul on the rebound. Montezuma will, I believe, clear the possession here as their 4th. Oh, it's on. Never mind. It's on Montezuma.
Wow.
That's she came down with the ball, but
must have pushed off to get open.
Minute 13 remaining. Eagles have some new life here. Down by 15. 40-25. Faith Cack to trigger the inbound. Into Rachel Kack-Marinsky, who shoots through traffic for two.
Forced that one up there in a lot of traffic.
It's now a 13-point game. Here's a steal. Van Arendonk. Can she get it to go? Yes. And that'll force a Pella Motors timeout. And a Randall Roofing raise the roof moment of the game. A steal and score for Addie Van Arendonk. And the Eagles back within 11. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing, and that was a big sequence of events that at least puts Pella Christian Win back on the map here after trailing by as much as 21 in this game.
Well, obviously, if you can just kind of keep chipping away at it. Again, now they're within 11. You get a stop here, get another basket before the end of the quarter. Ball's going to go over to Montezuma to start the fourth quarter, but your defense is doing a great job. Like I said, I've got them at 1 for 9 in this quarter, and 4 free throws. Otherwise, that's the only points that they've been able to put on the board in this quarter. And 5 turnovers have led, I think, to probably at least 3 baskets out of those 5 turnovers that they were able to force.
And a couple of big steals there in the meantime. 40-29, Pella Christian making this one a bit of a game here. Still have some work to do as they trail the Bravettes, a traditional power from not too far away. About 35 minutes up the road. The very straight and narrow road, right? The very twisty and turny.
Depends how you get there.
I know, but
you go to Sully first and then go straight east. No problem. It's straight the whole way.
Well, you got one turn at least. You got to go by the Win Veenstra household on the way. There's twists and turns
Sully,
there.
It's straight the whole way.
Yeah. 57 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Pella Christian on defense against Montezuma. Ellen Cook over the timeline. And the Bravettes wisely try to set up their half-court offense here on the set. It's Cook dribbling right side, crossing over. It's Jessa DeVries guarding her. Open 3 left wing. A big answer.
Yeah, that was a big answer for Montezuma.
Izzy Rorta pours it in from downtown. 35 seconds remaining here in the third. Left side Heinen. Heinen on the elbow. Back out to Faith Kack-Marinsky. Down low. Van Arendonk loses it from behind.
Can't dribble there.
Forces a Montezuma turnover. 15 seconds remaining. Montezuma also has the arrow, so they're going to hold for an open shot here. And Cook kind of takes it early, but she's bailed out here initially by one offensive rebound. Then she'll get her own at the buzzer. 2 offensive rebounds from Montezuma, and just like that, when all the hard work for PC wiped off the board, and we're back to nearly where we started at the half. 45-29, Montezuma leads Pella Christian, live inside our Pella Real Estate Services broadcast booth.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Chad Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
Are you interested in joining the thousands of Pella residents already enjoying the benefits of Pella Fiber, but you're locked into a contract with one of the big corporate providers? Make sure that you're fiber ready for when the time is right, and call now to have Pella Fiber run fiber to your house. There's no cost to you, and it'll make sure that when your corporate contract is up, you can make the seamless switch to Pella Fiber and get fast, reliable gigabit internet speeds. Get your home fiber ready by visiting PellaFiber.com today.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Andrew Schneider, Win Veenstra. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Pella Christian trailed by 17 at the half, got it back to within 11 with under a minute to play win in that quarter, but Bravettes with a big 3 and a couple of offensive rebounds stretch that lead back out to 16 in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, and have the ball, so if they get a basket here, it'll be a big run for them.
And likely ices the game here. Pella Christian will need a huge quarter anyway, but Montezuma trying to put the nail in the coffin here. A long 3, no good. And DeVries comes up with a rebound. Pass up ahead is out of bounds. Well done by Montezuma on the recovery. Eagles, their 9th turnover of the half to 5 for Montezuma. Once again, that was In Case You Missed It, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarian.
Tipped out of bounds by Jessica DeVries. It is sometimes when you have siblings, when it is amazing how different they can be, but in this case, I mean, you're just seeing little Tyson out there. Very similar in how they play how they look, and just their demeanor, and I think at some point Jess is going to be quite the player.
Yeah,
Eagles force a turnover.
Got to get the skill level up just a little bit, take care of the ball, and try to stay under control. Use your speed to your advantage, but stay under control.
7.5 to play here in regulation between the Eagles and Bravettes. Pella Christian trailing by 16 with the ball. It's Sisters. Van Arendonk has it, top of the circle to Fickert. Rachel to Faith. Kakmarinsky bounce pass finds Fickert on the baseline. Open jumper is in. Pure-looking shot there for Karis Fickert again. She's got 6 points.
Karis is a great shooter. She's just a little bit slow and doesn't have the strongest of hands.
And Rachel Kakmarinsky reaches in as Ellen Cook was struggling, and Rachel, I think, bailed her out there a little bit. There was contact. What I'm saying, though, is Ellen was already out of control, and all Rachel needed to do was body her up and try to have another teammate pick her up. But that's where you reach in, and hey, you're down by 16. You don't blame her. That's the first foul of the quarter for PC. The third that's actually on Van Arendonk. And the shot is in. As Sharisa Wettering puts it in for 2. Fickert to DeVries. DeVries shovels it out to Faith Kakmarinsky in the corner for 3. Yes. Faith Kakmarinsky's got 9 points. She came in as the leading scorer for the Eagles. And Pella Christian back within 13. If they're going to do it, though, they're going to have to do it now and get a few more stops.
Yep, they've got to force the early turnovers. They can't let them run the clock out.
And for Montezuma, nearly tipped away there by Van Arendonk. Cook, though, with a huge answer. Ellen Cook has 23 points as she has made life miserable for the Eagles' backcourt. And that is a timeout Montezuma, a Pella Motors timeout. And that's where she's just wide open. You look on the Pella Christian YouTube replay, and that's one of those where the screen was set up nicely, but at that point, no one just fouled her. You can't lose number 3.
Yep.
On our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, a lot of games in action across the region. It's Pella 48, Mount Pleasant 10. That's at the half. The Dutch are well on their way to 2-0. PCM 16, Knoxville 11. So Knoxville scored 1 point in the first quarter. PCM scored 3 points in the second. It's very much November basketball win across South Central Iowa. By the way, there was a shot clock issue, so Central and Simpson men were delayed in that game over on 92.1 KRLS. Everyone getting their feet wet here. We're just getting started. Thanksgiving hasn't happened yet. Our first doubleheaders are coming up on What's Coming Up, wired by Centerpoint Electric Tuesday. Eagles at Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont. Tyler Crabb and Wynn will have that call for you Tuesday night. 6:15 remaining. Bravettes 50, Eagles 34. Pella Christian with the ball, trailing by 16. It's Faith Kakmarinsky, who just made a 3. Cross-court pass to DeVries. Jessica DeVries has it knocked out of her hand. What a nice move. But Pella Christian recovers, finds Van Arendonk left side for 2. Both teams win with some nice recovery. Addie Van Arendonk is the first Eagles player into double figures.
Well, it was great hitting through the lane there by Jessa. And she's able to pass the ball over there. And
another turnover.
Yep.
Karis Fickert will get credit for a steal. Landed in her lap. Here's DeVries baseline and has it knocked away.
No foul? I would have called that a body foul. But
Maggie Heinen set to check back in. (50-36) inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Our video presentation tonight presented by KNIA KRLS Radio. In the corner, DeVries for 3. Yes, Jessica DeVries with her second tray of the night, and the Eagles just keep hanging on. Win.
Yep.
Down by 11, 50-39, as Ellen Cook nearly carried it there, and DeVries nearly poked it out and did for a second, but it is recovered by Montezuma's number 12, Izzy Rorda. Bravettes playing a little out of control here, and there's another loose ball. Pella Christian nearly gets it. Montezuma, for as large of a lead as they built, And there's a foul called on Heinen as coming up and was Wettering.
A lot of ball.
What I'm saying, though, Win, is that Montezuma has not played under control. They've had this big lead, and it feels like since then they've almost been playing panic basketball when they haven't needed to.
Pella Christian has really turned up their defensive pressure. They've left some people wide open because they double-teamed and didn't rotate over, but when they're really getting after the ball and making it tough for them, and that's what they got to do.
Wettering makes the first. She's had, hard to say quiet, but it has been in a sense of Cook has had 23, but Wettering has 13. That dynamic duo will win Montezuma a lot of games this year. 51-39 with 5:07 remaining. Do have a Strawberry Cellular Instant Radio update. They're playing speed basketball across the way. Pella 64, Mount Pleasant 15 after 3. The Dutch look like they're going to be quite the tough out in Class 4A, at least through their first 2 games against 2 pretty solid squads. Baseline jumper for Rachel Kakmarinsky's airmailed and tipped out of bounds. Official on the baseline had a better look at it than we did, but it thought it was off of Wettering. It's off of PC instead.
That's what I thought. She's 6 inches taller than Aaron Donk and clearly tipped it out.
Montezuma just does get it out here with the full court pressure. They still got some work to do here on the shot clock. Dribbling through the trouble was Vivian Cook, right side down to Ellen Cook on the baseline. And Ellen has it now on the far sideline, dribbles it back center court. Montezuma in the corner. Shot fake for Vivian Cook, dribble drive. Wettering has it knocked away by Rachel Kack. Montezuma with their 8th turnover of the half. Shot put across to Heinen. Long range 3 off the mark. Rebound controlled by Wettering. 4:20 remaining in the fourth quarter, 52-39. Bravettes with a 13-point lead. Eagles have gotten it back to within 11 twice. Long range 3. It's not the shot win that Montezuma wants as DeVries gets the rebound. She comes loose. Fast break. Left-handed layup. No good. Just a little too strong for Cook. But for Montezuma, they've got a lot of learning to do here when you're up by 13 with the ball this late. I know you have a shot clock, but you can't be hucking up threes 5 seconds into that shot clock. That's November again. A lot of learning happening as Wettering has it taken away. Out of bounds off of PC on the rebound attempt. And there's a Pella Motors timeout, and it's a full timeout. And we'll take it with them. Our score 52-39, 3:47 remaining in the fourth quarter. Montezuma leads by 13.
Van Hampton Plumbing and Heating and Lennox have 2 great rebate offers available this fall. You decide which one's best for you. If you have the cash on hand and want a higher rebate, then choose up to $1,500 in rebates on a qualifying new Lennox home comfort system. If you'd rather finance it, you can still get up to $1,200 in rebates, plus no payments and no interest for 6 months when you're approved for financing. This offer ends December 1st, so call now to get on the schedule while there's still time. As always, you'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Hampton. At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal, and what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. Not a member? Apply online at c1stcu.com today. Come on, try us. Join us, because at C First, together is better. Federally insured by the NCUA.
This is our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. You're listening to Pella Christian Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa, on KRLS 3 at KNIA, KRLS.com, and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Andrew Schneider, Win Veenstra, where Montezuma has the ball and a 13-point lead. And tenuous at that, we want to give a lot of credit, obviously, Win, to Pella Christian for the pressure that they've increased. Montezuma has not responded well. There's a shot that misses and a rebound controlled by PC.
Need a basket here. Doesn't have to be a 3, just any basket would be huge.
And DeVries will take the 3. It's online but short. Cook the rebound. And again, we're not trying to be too critical. We understand it's November basketball here, but for PC, the door has been opened at least to them keeping this a competitive game. At 1 point, the lead was 21 for Montezuma. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. And now the Eagles have brought it back within 13. They've brought it back within 11 twice. There's a tip as Addie Van Arendonk knocks it out of bounds, and it will stay Montezuma ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, shortens the possession, though, here with only 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
And Chloe Snyder, a very late check in there from head coach Brendan Fody and the PC bench. Inbounds in to Ellie Cook. Ellen Cook has it left side, and she'll get it to go for 2.
Yeah, only thing she did wrong there was shot it with the wrong hand, but it went in.
25 points for Cook. DeVries in the corner. Rachel Kakmarinsky, baseline jumper, off the dribble, no good. And the rebound controlled by Jordan Ranfeld. Not a bad take there for Kakmarinsky, but obviously when you're down by this much, you need everything to fall to have a shot, and it looks like Montezuma is going to ice this one here, 54-39. Even with the shot clock win, that 35 seconds can really drag on, especially if Montezuma takes a lot of it.
Yeah, you got to force some steals. And they're just not set up for that.
Dribble, drive, left side, and a foul on the rebound called against PC. Be their third of the quarter.
No, they called it on the shot.
That's her fourth. Either way, a lot of contact down low. Free throws coming for Burgess, who makes the first. Heinen and Fickert back in for PC with 2:17 remaining here in the fourth. Who's Always Open, presented by Anytime Fitness. We told you about it earlier for PC. It's been Addie Van Arendonk, 10 points despite her 4 fouls. Who's Always Open, presented by Anytime Fitness, the 24/7 gym that fits your lifestyle, your fitness, your way, anytime at Anytime Fitness. 2:07 remaining, top of the circle for Pella Christian after the missed free throw. 55-39. PC has it right side for Karis Fickert. Fickert hands it off to Faith Kakmarinsky. A lot of passes on the right side, shoveled out to Van Arendonk. Left side, Fickert in rhythm for 3. Yes! Karis Fickert's up to 8 points. That's one thing when you look at this Eagles team is there's very balanced scoring. On the other side, DeVries went down, and she's favoring her shoulder. There was a fight for the ball in front of the Eagles bench, and DeVries took a tough spill. And she's been favoring her left arm. We'll see what happens there. It's Montezuma ball.
She's moving it all right, so I think it was just a matter of she probably landed right on that shoulder.
Rather, it's PC ball after the shot misses. I believe went out of bounds.
No, I think we got the
Something happened. We
got the rebound, and then they tipped it away, but I'm not sure who got the rebound.
But either way, it's Pella Christian ball. We'll just have to miss it because they whistled it dead for the injury. 55-42, Montezuma leads by 13. Here's Kakmarinsky. Works it right side to Rachel Kak, from Faith to Rachel, back to Faith. Faith dribbles it into Rachel. Rachel whips it out to Snyder. Snyder, a shot fake. Nice runner, but too strong on the shot. And Ellen Cook with the rebound. 25.7 rebounds for Ellen Cook, our Hormel Foods Radio key player of the game. She has been dominant for Montezuma, and that's what makes them tricky when is even though they haven't played a perfect 4 quarters, and no one ever expects that, especially this early in the season, they have a really nice player on the outside and a really nice player on the inside.
And in Class 1A, that's going to take you a long ways. And they're going to run against a couple of teams in their conference that'll give them a battle. But it's in their class, it's going to be really tough for teams to compete with them.
Yeah. And for Pella Christian, the frustration is that when you look at the Little Hawkeye Conference and the juggernauts that are coming up, the DCGs, the defending state champions, Pella, who was ranked 8th last year in 4A, Norwalk, who's probably going to be in the top 15 before too long in 4A, Indianola will be a pretty salty team too. You look at all those teams, and Montezuma on paper is one of the more winnable games, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the frustration of that kind of second to third quarter stretch there where they fell behind kind of hurt. That second quarter really in particular win.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a few teams sprinkled into the line.
There will be PCM and a few others, no doubt, but obviously
Van Meter's down enough that they'll be in that game. So they've got some games they can win, but the Little Hawkeye Conference is going to be really difficult for them. But hey, if they don't turn the ball over, they can score. There we got Faith knocking one down.
Faith Kakmarinsky has a dozen tonight to lead the way. 11 points either way, not for 3, but a long shot goes in for Faith Kakmarinsky. And the Pella Motors timeout. They're back within 9, but 47 seconds win probably too much.
Yeah, they're not going to win this game, but they got to score a little more respectable. Like you said, they were down 21, and they battled back and was able to make respectable score. So, that if you can learn something from the game and how hard you got to play, I think you got to look at the fact that they outplayed them in the second half, coming 17 down, and now they're going to get it to where they may end up losing by 11 or 12, but they were able to really outplay them in the second half.
Pella 72, Mount Pleasant 19. They are done over at Pella High School. They started about half hour after we did, but that's what having continuous clock on for 20 minutes or so will do to you.
And still scored 72 points.
Yeah, the Dutch are going to be a salty team in Class 4A. That's a Strauver Cellular Instant Radio update. Also, Urbandale leading Indianola after one quarter. Got a good one brewing over on 94.3 KNIA, 15-14.
She can't move. She moved on the baseline. She couldn't do that.
It will stay Montezuma ball with 45 seconds remaining. Bravettes are in the double bonus. Montezuma has not committed a foul in this fourth quarter, so the Eagles won't get that. And Cook stands on the baseline to get the inbound. Took an extra step, and that is the 10th turnover of the half for Montezuma.
Can we pull an Iowa and score 9 points in 44 seconds?
13.
13, okay. Where did I have 9?
I thought I had 9 too, and I think they updated the scoreboard. I thought it was
something was wrong there, yeah. They got
spotted a few. 57-44. Right side, Kakmarinsky for three. Yes, Faith Kakmarinsky trying to keep it a game, a three-pointer. 57-47 with 28 seconds remaining.
They must have missed a basket or something for
a couple of them, actually.
Yeah, because I thought it was 53 to.
It was, and then now all of a sudden it wasn't. But hey, either way, win. There's a foul on Faith Kak. Ellen Cook will shoot some free throws with 17 seconds remaining. Everyone knocking off the rust here. Our opening home game on Eagle Lane, where Montezuma will walk away with their second win of the season. Pella Christian will fall to 1-1. Just a matter what the final score looks like. 26 points tonight. Excellent night of action for Ellen Cook, who will probably, if she keeps up that rate of scoring, 18 points in her opener, 26 tonight. If she can keep that up, she'll find herself on plenty of all-state and all-district team. And that is a full timeout, a Pella Motors timeout, a minute timeout, and we'll take it with them. Inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Pella Christian trails Montezuma 57-47.
At our Two Rivers Cooperative Cartrol Station in Pella, we have more fuel choices than ever before. Our standard gas dispensers offer unleaded plus, unleaded 88, E85, and premium gas. And our new diesel blender pump has 5 different blends of number 1 and number 2 diesel, perfect for our cold Iowa winter. And remember, if you're a Two Rivers local card user, you'll save 4 cents on every gallon every time you fill up. Thank you for supporting Pella's only locally owned gas station at Two Rivers Cooperative.
Hey there, job seekers. Are you ready to spice up your career? Hormel Foods is hiring an HR technician to join their incredible team. As an HR technician, you'll be assisting their HR manager, recruiting top talent, and updating policies to keep their workplace sizzling. But that's not all. At Hormel Foods, they're more than just a company, they're a family. They value teamwork, passion, and innovation. If you're ready to be a part of a dynamic environment that nurtures growth, visit HormelJob.com to learn more and apply today.
57-47 with 17.1 seconds remaining. Ellen Cook will try her second free throw here. 26 points tonight for the junior from Montezuma. Pella Christian win. It was that second, third quarter window where they kind of gradually fell behind. Credit the Eagles. They brought it within 9 at one point here in the fourth quarter and just couldn't quite finish it. But some promising signs here for PC and Coach Brendan Foding in game number 2. Second is in, 27 points for the phenomenal Ellen Cook. 3 of 6 from the foul line tonight. Heinen down low to Van Arendonk, and with 6 seconds remaining, fouled. And 2 free throws coming for Addie Van Arendonk. That's the first foul of this quarter for the Bravettes.
Yeah, it's only the third time we've been at the free throw line all night, too. So Montezuma's done a nice job of keeping us off the free throw line. We've only made 1 free throw so far, so...
By the way, earlier tonight on our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, the All-State football teams came out, and Pella Christian once again represented. Trevor Veenstra was a second-team Class 1A selection, 7.5 sacks for the senior, also a state track and field champion a previous spring, as he'll have an exciting spring, likely the favorite both shot put and discus to win those titles in Class 2A. Congratulations, Trevor. Shot misses on the first. Or on the second, rather, and Cook is pushed out of bounds by Kakmarinsky with 0.7 seconds remaining. And this will do it. Well, Heinen's going to come in for the last tip in here.
Well, you can catch and shoot with 7/10, but you can't dribble.
And
fouled. Oh, they're not going to count it.
Yeah.
It was before the horn, though.
And they're going to wave it off, I think, anyway. Players are standing and they're waving it off. So, your final score is Montezuma 58, Pella Christian 48. Eagles made it a game, scoring 19 points in the fourth quarter. Our Cabinet Design Pella Radio postgame show coming up after this.
Our holiday meat certificate and pie promotion is back again this year at Bruxford's Home Center in Pella. When you make any $500 purchase this holiday season, you'll get a free Pella Nursery pie and a beef certificate to one of the local meat markets. These free holiday trimmings are yours with any $500 purchase, whether it's appliances, furniture, bedding, accessories, or anything else in the store. Merry Christmas from the entire family at Bruxford's Home Center in Pella.
Thinking about a job at Vermeer? Our training team wants to set you up for success. Jeremy trains our new welding team members.
Your team lead and your manager out on the floor are available to help you if there's any issues that arise as well. I think we also have a very good culture here at Vermeer. We work in teams. Your co-workers will also support you and help you out as much as they can.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting VermeerJobs.com.
At Marion County Bank, we go beyond banking.
And you're part of our story. It's about your family, memories, and shared dreams. Do you remember when you took the leap and bought your first home?
Or when you followed your passion and started your business?
That's right. We shared in those moments, those pages in your story.
Continue your story with us today. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and visit us at MarionCountyBank.com.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Who's always open? Anytime Fitness. For the last 16 years, Anytime Fitness has been open 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Our award-winning gym allows you to work out on your schedule. With state-of-the-art equipment, expert trainers, a welcoming community, and the convenience of around-the-clock access, you're sure to find a fitness home with us. It's your fitness, done your way, at Anytime Fitness in Pella.
This is the Cabinet Design Pella Radio postgame show where they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy at Cabinet Design Pella. Pella Christian hung tough with Montezuma, 58-48, though. The Bravettes will move to 2-0. Eagles fall to 1-1. And let's go ahead and take a look at our final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. 14 points for Faith Kak-Marinsky, 11 for Addie Van Arendonk, 8 for Karis Ficker, 8 for Rachel Kack, 6 for Jessica DeVries, 26 for Ellen Cook, 13 for Sharisa Wetterling, and 8 for Claire Ursilius. Those are your leading scorers for both teams. Turnover-wise, it was 19 for Montezuma, 21 for Pella Christian, so fairly even unofficially.
I must have missed a couple because I didn't have quite that many for either one, but an improvement over the game the other night.
Absolutely. And then do you have rebounds ready yet?
Rebounds. We ended up with a total of 26 with 18 defensive and 8 offensive rebounds to their 28 rebounds. So close on the rebounding despite the fact that they had a definite size advantage at that post player. They had 20 defensive and 8 offensive. So pretty close rebounding-wise. Shooting percentage, we ended up shooting a pretty good 40%. There was a lot of games last year we didn't get anywhere close to shooting 40%. So they did a nice job of shooting. They made 20 baskets. That's also what Montezuma made, was 20 baskets, where they got a lot of their points was on the free throw line, and they only took a total of 44 shots. I haven't quite got that total, but it's like 47%. So, whereas we only shot 40, but that's not too bad. I mean, it was definitely, especially the second half. You got to hang your hopes on the fact that they played pretty solid basketball game in the second half.
Your final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad Lancer-Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduff Agency provides complete courteous service to the Pella area for 100 years. The Hormel Foods Radio key play and player of the game. Key player, pretty obvious to me. Ellen Cook was really dominant in the backcourt. Did a great job facilitating for Montezuma. 26 points for the junior. She's going to be a really nice player in Class 1A. That was the one player Pella Christian really didn't have an answer for early on. Wetterling on the inside, their post player had a few good shots, but Pella Christian did a good job denying her, but they couldn't stop Cook.
Yeah, they would just, concentrate so much on not letting them pass the ball inside that when she would go to the off ball side and they would get her the ball and nobody could react quickly enough, and she was able to knock down several threes, and that just built that nice cushion that gave them the opportunity to build that 17-point lead by halftime.
Well, and then on the flip side of that, you think about what Pella Christian was able to accomplish. We think key plays. I had them, I think, unofficially down at one point by 21 early in that third quarter, and then they started getting it going. And credit PC. I think on paper this is a winnable game, but we're the really young team. This easily could have been a 30-point. We could have been talking continuous clock at both sites here in Pella tonight, but instead, Pella Christian kind of ramped it up an extra notch and did so with a variety of players, and that's probably the most impressive thing when I talk key play of the game. Statistically, there's just so much balance here early in the season, and that's, I think, a really good sign for a young team.
They've got multiple people that can score, and that's huge. If you've got multiple people that can put the ball in the basket when they're open, then it just becomes a matter of work your butt off in practice, especially at ball handling drills and whatnot. I know the kids hate doing them because they get boring when you're doing nothing but dribbling and passing and running through cones and all that kind of stuff. But that's what makes you better. You've got to be able to dribble the ball through traffic. You've got to be able to pass the ball and hang on to the ball through traffic and make those plays, because if you can have scores, but if you can't get them the ball, it doesn't do any good.
Your Hormel Foods Radio key play and player of the game. Looking for the key to your new career? Visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. Final score, Montezuma 58, Pella Christian 48. Trying to get ourselves back connected to the KNIA KRLS studios in Knoxville so we can wrap up our Captain's on a Pella Radio postgame show. While we have a moment, let's go ahead and look at our McCall let's take a look at your Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Urbandale 15, Indianola 14. Girls action after one. Pella just runs roughshod all over Mount Pleasant, 72-19. That one was not even close. Simpson and Central had one of their closer contests in recent year, but it's still the Storm keeping on their winning streak. Final score was 63-56 in favor of Simpson. And then at check-in at the halftime, it was PCM 16, Knoxville 11. Those are your final score and final stats on the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Let's go ahead and try and find our way here to more Wi-Fi wins so we can connect back. But doubleheader comes up next Tuesday. So, as we go in closing, presented by Light and State Bank, Grow Strong with us. Should be a fun one as we get to see the boys debut. You and Tyler will get to see that excellent team multiple times. And a really solid test. EBF, both boys and girls have been pretty strong over the years.
Well, the girls have got an excellent team. They got the Schaefer girls that are just really difficult in there to play. They got I think the Eastlick girl is back yet too, one more year. I saw those girls as freshmen, and they knew how to play basketball already as freshmen, and they've just gotten better and stronger. So a real tough test for our girls in that game on the road. The boys' game, I think our boys will come out, and they've got a couple of nice players too, but I think our boys will just have too much depth for them and probably dominate that game for the most part. But, hey, you go to a small gym like that, and they're used to it. You're not. You just never know what can happen. So it'll be a short road trip, but it'll be a little road trip for us, and hopefully we'll have a nice crowd there. And if not, they can listen to us.
Yep, we will have our coverage beginning at 6 o'clock. That game will be live on 92.1 KRLS. I had it flipped earlier. Pella Christian EBF will be live on the radio. Pella at North Polk will be on the stream. We will wrap up our Captain's on a Pella Radio postgame show after this. Montezuma defeats Pella Christian 58-48.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee Fuel Savers now Hy-Vee Perks. Get the same great benefits like Hy-Vee Fuel Savings, plus save even more on hundreds of products store-wide with Hy-Vee Perks prices like Hy-Vee Butter. Hy-Vee Perks price $2.98. Bananas, Hy-Vee Perks price 39 cents a pound. And family-sized General Mills cereal, Hy-Vee Perks price just $3.99. Make the switch or sign up and start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
Is your healthcare provider nearing retirement? Are you unhappy with your current provider? Knoxville Hospital and Clinics is accepting new patients. Our healthcare providers are invested in your health and take the time to get to know you and listen to you. Experience the difference at Knoxville Hospital and Clinics. Trust your neighbors, your healthcare providers, your community partner for all of your healthcare needs. Call 641-842-7211 to discuss your options today.
It's volunteer season. Pella Corporation thanks those who volunteer to make our area a great place to live. It's clear that when you volunteer, you're helping others. On the job, the Pella team creates energy-efficient Pella windows and doors for homes and businesses throughout North America. And once the job is done, many Pella Corporation team members volunteered to make a difference in their communities. Let's hear a cheer for volunteers. For more information on exciting careers at Pella Windows and Doors, visit pella.com/careers.
And this will wrap up the Cabot and Zina Pella radio postgame show, where they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blum, the cabinet guy at Cabot and Zina Pella. In closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. Coming up on Tuesday, our first doubleheaders of the winter, as Pella Christian will travel to Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont. Tyler Crabb, Wynn Veenster will have the call on KNIA or on 92.1 KRLS starting at 6 o'clock. And that game again will be our first doubleheader of the winter season. Pella Christian at 1-1. They fall to Montezuma tonight, 58-48. The Bravettes are 2-0. Win. A quick final thought. It was good to be back with you. I'll see you sparingly throughout the winter, of course, with the new schedule. Tyler will be taking over the majority of the Eagles broadcast this winter, but I'll be around. Trevor will be around, and another fun winter of basketball awaits, especially over here on Eagle Lane and at Pella High School. Very blessed to have the basketball we have in the Tulip City. It'll be another fun winter. I'll tell you. You can tell me about it now.
Yeah. You know, it's nice. It's nice that both teams, both schools get a lot of people to come and watch their games. They, our girls are struggling a little bit record-wise the last few years, but looks like they've got a lot of young kids that are enthused about playing. So, it may be a struggle again this year, but doesn't seem to dampen their enthusiasm or the crowd's enthusiasm. So it's still fun to come out and watch them play, and the boys' games are going to be very entertaining against a very difficult schedule that they've got. And it makes winter fly by pretty quick.
It will fly by. Thanksgiving this week, so if you are listening along with us, hope you have a safe and happy holiday with you and your families, enjoying hopefully a hearty meal on what will be a chilly week up ahead. And coming up on Tuesday, Trevor and I and Tyler and the crew will all be back with high school basketball, our first doubleheaders of the winter. In closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. Thanks to Frank and Kenyon and team as they got us up on the video stream. Excited to have that partnership over here on Eagle Lane. The two best video streams in Iowa are within the borders of the Pella area city limit. So excited to have both video streams up and cooking and all our great audiences joining us from across the state. You've been listening to Pella Christian Basketball as the Eagles fall to Montezuma 58-48. On the one to count on for today's local sports and the home of the Eagles, KNIA KRLS. Have a fantastic holiday, and we'll see you next week for more Iowa high school basketball.